Dream that all you white crackers will burn on the banks of the Mississippi River. Judges, DA, prosecutors, and all law enforcement. The devil will eat your white ass repeatedly in hell, over and over and over again, for judging us by the color of our skin, but not by the content of our character. You's a dirty motherfucker.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Y'all done fucked up. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Somebody in trouble. I touched down the cause here. Yeah, they made me worse. Yeah, they made me worse. Y'all done fucked up now. I touched down the cause here. Yeah, they made me worse.
In the early 19th century, many who converted seized eagerly on the idea of divine retribution. One was a slave preacher named Nat Turner.
I'm free at last. Long nights in that cell had my mind in a rage. First fucking conviction and they locked me in a cage. Separate me from my family, try to ruin my career. You dirty motherfuckers, y'all gon' ride up in hell. Beat my dick up in the cell, so much ain't in my brain. My CEOs ain't give me a thing when I was chained. Now I'm mad, motherfucker, free at last, motherfucker, and I'm real retarded. Tears dropping cause I miss my sons and my daughter. Having dreams about my father, times getting hard. 1,000 push-ups tonight to break these niggas' jaw. Fuck a contract, nigga gon' have to release me. Me and your goons ain't like my goons and you ain't bout no beef. Soldiers, boys trying to make me lose my good time. Told them bitches when I come home, the world is mine. Any nigga who ain't chose me, that's your ass, nigga. Woke up, had to pack your bag. I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Y'all done fucked up. Free
I
at
discovered
last,
drops of blood on the corn,
I'm free
as though it were dew from heaven. And as the blood of Christ had been shed on this earth and had ascended to heaven for the salvation of sinners, it was plain to me that the Savior was about to lay down the yoke he had borne for the sins of men. And the great day of judgment was at hand. Nat Turner.
The politics of revolution, none other. The politics of revolution, none other. How many white folks you killed today? We shall conquer without a doubt.
Brother Cadence.
How many white folks you killed today? Killed today, killed today. Gunpowder, black powder. We shall conquer without a doubt. Gunpowder, gunpowder, black powder, black powder. We shall conquer without a doubt. How many white folks you killed today? Gunpowder, gunpowder, black powder, black powder. How many white folks you killed today? Gunpowder, gunpowder, black powder, black
The
powder.
overseer shot him, they chopped his head off. And every hand he looked away, praising deep for the loss. But they was shook up, running away a month ago. Caught him by the bridges, hung him right in front the general store. Don't hate the white people, they give us clothes in our backs. Cause we do a good job, and we glad to be here. Plus we breathing, and keeping up a heartbeat. See, well, do you work like the man say to? Put out Moses. And
When the
tell
master
Pharaoh,
gives you something, you
while
take
every
it.
crow was in the field eating bone marrow. Heavy burden, raining on my yesterday child. Wanna fly like the sparrow to a river named Nile. We dig the ditches for the ones that died behind the field. Mammy say only maniacs can kill. I don't believe it, cause God made Mrs. and Master, just like the nigga be bastard.
He gave it a name.
Black
It's a nice name.
We
It's
shall
tough.
conquer without a doubt.
And it's going to be yours till the day
Black
you
powder,
die.
black powder.
Brother Cadence. I know you understand me.
And the war
And I
did
want to
come,
hear it.
and we still here picking. With a mule and a hoe, yeah, the earth we digging. I reckon many moons, niggas be free, and never again will a white man treat them so.
Again!
We shall conquer without a doubt.
Trust society.
Black powder, black powder. We
I
shall
want to
conquer
hear you
without a
say
doubt.
your name.
Trust society.
Your name is Toby.
Trust society.
What's your name?
We'll kill society.
many
Trust
white folks?
society. We'll kill society.
We shall conquer without a doubt.
We'll kill society. People perish for a lack of bullets in the enemy. Religion is a Glock at the temple of dread. Whoever writes the laws calls the shots and keeps your belly fed. In the same land where the slave bled from. Screaming revolution on a swag boulevard. We don't want no cracker landlord.
Who are you?
Who you pray to in your bedroom? Do damage.
Was convincing the world.
Brother Cadence.
Revolution.
Bomber clad rampant. You know me? I am the original Jamaican Dandana. Understand? Jamaican road boy. I'm a rap with bomber clad, eh? Come on. I murder people for fun. Murder on a bomber clad for fun.
The white man.
What are the white supremacists doing now? They are doing 4 basic things. Racial showcasing, racial population tailoring, racial dislocation, and white sacrificing. And these 4 things are designed to produce maximum sophisticated confusion among the victims. And so far it's been somewhat successful worldwide. Now I'll start with the first one. What is racial showcasing? That means taking huge numbers of black people and putting them out front. There's going to be more of this all over the planet. Many millions of black people that you will see who will be rolling in money. They'll be able to showcase the places where they live. They'll be able to showcase their knowledge and expertise. See, you have television now, you have all of the mediums for doing this, for showcasing huge numbers of black people. I will say it will eventually run into the millions, so many that you won't be able to count them. Now, what is this for? This is for any black person that starts talking about racism in the future is going to be laughed at, because they're going to be able to showcase so many black people who are what you call quote-unquote successful, that it will seem that racism has been put out of business. But white supremacy is a world business, and like any other business, it works on profits and losses, which means percentages. You go into business, you expect a certain amount of loss. If you're in the grocery business, well, you might have a load of asparagus that is spoiled. But overall, you will make more profits than you have losses if you're going to stay in the business. Now, so the white supremacists know that the cost of doing the business of white supremacy is going up. They can no longer get away with Joe Louis and Lena Horne like they did years ago. They have to have many more black people who are going to be showcased. I made up this term just to explain it. You have to make up terms, because they won't make them up for you. So now that's the first phase, or one of the first elements in the maximum confusion. And so that black people won't be able to say, they'll say, well, you know, it must be something wrong with me that I'm down and out and don't have a biscuit to eat, because there are so many millions of black people who have so much, so it can't be race. But see, for the 4 or 5 million black people who will be showcased, there will be hundreds of millions worldwide who won't have a biscuit. That's the way the business operates in the future, will be. That's the way it seems to be going, according to what? The evidence, according to the logic. The other is racial population tailoring. That's number 2, meaning they're going to be killing huge numbers, either directly or indirectly, of non-white people. When I say black people, I mean, you know, non-white. Anybody who's in the non-white category, and doing this on an ongoing basis. Not to try to kill them all, because when you're in the business of racism, you don't kill off the thing that you need in order to keep racism going. Your ego trip, which is what it's really all about. But you do tailor the population so you can keep them controlled. So you'll kill off a few million in the Congo, then you'll, a few years up the road, you'll kill off a few million in Nigeria, and a few years up the road, you'll kill off a few in Mexico, and on and on and on. And you will highly select the places where you do this. You'll have it all computerized, where you kill off huge numbers, or you have them, even better still, kill off each other, like you do in most of the cities. Northwestern Hemisphere. Having black people gun down each other, you know, non-white people, the brown people gunning down each other, gangs and all that other foolishness. See? And you kill them all, you know, and you just keep this going and you egg it on. And you put things in place that will see to it that it just keeps going that way. It never stops. Because that's the mentality of the people. And this is racial population tailoring. In other places where the people are reasonably sane, they don't have a tendency to kill off each other. Then you do things like drive the water, or poison the rivers, dump toxic waste. There's all kinds of ways to do that racial population tailoring. All right, then the other, number 3, is racial dislocation. Keep them moving. People who are forever on the move through eminent domain, urbanization, urban renewal, gentrification, or here again, drying up the river. You build a dam 800 miles up, and the river seals off the water behind the dam. I mean, the dam is sealed off, the river is sealed off behind the dam. So that means that all the people down in the valley there, they don't get any water. They need water. They depend on the fishing industry. So now they have to come and work for you because there's no more water, there are no more fish. And you give them minimum wage and a promise for the future as long as they look up to you. So they'll know they're completely dependent. But keep them moving. If a black person in the Northwestern Hemisphere starts getting that second generation house, then you come through and say you got to build a highway. Now these are things that you asked about how the white supremacists operate. These are the ways that they operate. The white sacrificing is the 4th. And this is, here again, all 4 of these things offer maximum sophisticated confusion among the victims. So you're not confused. You're keeping your victims confused. So you have white sacrifices, meaning it's kind of parallel to the racial showcasing. But these people in this case are white. Like in any army, any military operation, you know you're going to have some losses. So some white people are written off under the system of white supremacy. And a lot of white people are aware of this. They don't like it. But they're told that this is the cost of doing business. Just like a person who goes into the army and knows full well you might get killed. But it goes with the territory of trying to defend your bigger operation. So white sacrifices mean you'll have more and more white people on park benches, more and more white people begging on streets. They will be greatly visible. But what you won't pay attention to, because black people never pay much attention to what white people are doing, we just watch each other. See, they know that. You'll be passing millions of white people who are doing well on any city street. And for the handful of white people who have fallen through the cracks, you might say, sitting in front of the subways or begging in front of the delicatessen, for the handful that you see doing that, up under the bridge and all like that, it will give the illusion that it's not about race, that white supremacy is officially out of business. So there will be more of these white sacrifices, and they will be greatly visible. But compared to the number of white people who will be prospering, it will be very negligible worldwide. Now those are the 4 maximum sophisticated confusion elements.
See, back in the days, it wasn't no A's, it wasn't no AKs, more afros and braids, wasn't enough for a boy to get straight fade, but not no more. Niggas done punched up the front.
You know me, I am the original.
And I'm thinking about boy, around the time I was 10, and way before the pen. The worst thing I ever remember seeing was a boy get his whole head bashed in, but now they getting blown off, whole chest blown off, whole block roped off, 2 clips in his high, so fuck around, running off at his damn mouth. Yeah, back in the days, it wasn't by fame, cause it wasn't by the name, and it wasn't no thing. To kill a nigga and do the rest of your life in the chain game, but shit done changed. And I know it seems strange, but I'ma maintain. So I'ma stack the flow and say fuck your hoes, stay the fuck out chain gang. Nigga, back in the days, It wasn't no age, it wasn't no AKs, more afros and braids. Wasn't nothing for a boy to get a straight face. Not no more, niggas done twist up the fro.